Today, we're going to delve into one of the most extreme corners of the human experience. We're going to break down what happens to the mind when it's subjected to constant, unimaginable horror. The central question we're really exploring is, how does the mind adapt when the unthinkable becomes just another day?
So this phrase right here, horror becomes routine. That's really the heart of it all. I mean, it's a shocking idea, right? It feels like those two words shouldn't even go together. But it turns out it's a powerful, if terrifying, survival mechanism. To get how someone even reaches this point, we have to start with the environment that creates it.
All right, Section 1, the overwhelming reality. To really understand how the mind reacts, you first have to grasp the brutal, physical reality it's reacting to. This is all about setting the stage for the psychological drama that's about to unfold.
Now, just let that number sink in for a second. 2,000 people packed into a space meant for 200. That's 10 times the capacity. And look, this isn't just about feeling a little crowded. This is the complete and total erasure of personal space, of any kind of basic dignity. It's really the first and most fundamental attack on a person's sense of self.
And this is the direct result. What's so crucial to understand here is the relentless, all-out sensory assault. It wasn't just one bad thing, it was everything, all at once. The smell, the feeling of insects crawling on you, the sight of rats, the constant physical pressure of bodies against yours. There was literally no escape from it.
So now, let's move to the next layer of this hellscape. The horror wasn't just a static condition you could see and smell, it had a soundtrack. The sounds were just as oppressive as everything else.
Screams. I mean, just think about what that really means. Screams weren't an event, they weren't an interruption, they were the atmosphere. They completely replace silence. But what's truly harrowing is when you start to break down the different kinds of screams that filled the air.
And see, this is what's so chilling. That one sound, screams, was made up of all these horrifying components. You had the screams from direct external violence, the beatings. You had the screams from internal torment, the nightmares. And then you had that final, grim sound of life just ending. It was a complete spectrum of suffering, and it was audible at all times.
So, faced with this overwhelming physical and auditory nightmare, how does a human mind possibly survive? Well, this is where we have to turn inward to witness a really chilling but necessary transformation. This really lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got the initial, natural human response: shock, horror, disgust. Your mind is on high alert. But it just can't sustain that. It's completely exhausting. So to survive, it's forced to shift to the state on the right: apathy. It's a necessary psychological detachment.
In this metaphor, psychological frostbite is honestly the perfect way to understand it. Think about it. When your body is freezing, it sacrifices the feeling in your fingers and toes to keep your core alive. Well, the mind does the same thing. It sacrifices emotion to protect its core sanity from being completely overwhelmed. It's a protective numbness.
And this is the point that's so important to get. This apathy, this numbness, it doesn't mean the pain goes away. It doesn't mean the screams stop or the stench vanishes. All it means is that the mind has totally recalibrated what normal is. Horror is no longer the exception to the rule. It is the rule. It becomes the new baseline for existence.
And that's the paradox we're left with, isn't it? The human mind's incredible ability to adapt, to survive by normalizing the unimaginable, it's both a marvel and a complete tragedy. This adaptation allows a person to physically survive, but it comes at a tremendous cost. And it really forces you to ask, when your mind builds a wall to keep all that horror out, what essential part of your humanity gets walled in right along with it?